I need to hold a corner and it's slow winding. One time, I need to hold a corner and it's slow winding. One time.
Everyone, welcome to another edition.
Was I supposed to say something?
You can.
Okay, wait, you gotta do the intro again. Okay, go.
Lord.
You can do it.
Take two. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Confessions of Yoga the Biker. I'm Yoga.
I'm Mr. 20 West.
And we are doing a recap on pretty much the last week, or the last 2 weeks of my riding. I think from the last video that we did a recap, we talked about my first time experience on the freeway, and since then I have Mr. Tony West have like pretty much had me on the freeway here and there and everywhere. I had like a whole 4-day experience basically from Thanksgiving up until that Sunday because we had time off. So Thanksgiving we rode pretty much all over that day. I rode 20 East, and then I was able to get some riding experience going back west.
Covington, Georgia. That's Covington, Georgia.
So, and thanks Mr. Tony West for the battery charge and the air hose.
Because you had an air filter that needed to be tied down, and I did that. I changed the oil on that bad boy. Checked the tire pressure on there. All of that is very important.
Yes,
period.
Maintenance is very important. And because of the maintenance, I have been able to ride much better. Throttle is not throttle, but the idling is still whatever because it's a carbureted bike. So that will be on my list of things I don't want on a bike. I don't want carbureted because I want to be able to go. Yeah,
I understand. I mean, carbureted, it takes time. You have to have patience with the bike. You have to wait for it to warm up. I mean... It's a cherished art that's kind of died out by now. Like back in the day, it used to be the thing, and it used to be like, oh my god, it sounds so nice. And now you just compared to what we have now, is outdated.
Yeah. So I mean, it's giving me the experience. So I'm not stalling anymore, other than if I don't wait long enough for the bike.
Look at that chain.
Would you stop?
Get tip about the chain.
We got that from Atlantic Station. Yes. Lady was very nice.
Shout out to that lady. So,
but other than pretty much if I don't let the bike warm up, I see now that that's what's causing me to stall. I have listened from the different folks as far as the different interviews and Mr. 20 West as far as making sure to let go of the clutch slowly, but also giving some throttle and gas so that it's not cutting off. And that way my takeoff is smooth and not stalling. So
it's not rough. You got the throttle response. Once you get that and you find out your friction zone, it's simple. It's smooth. It becomes smooth.
And the friction zone, like yesterday, when we were riding out to Moto South for our moto and yoga, that I was like, I felt I was back in class because I was in first gear and had to pretty much use the friction zone because we were in traffic waiting to get to the freeway.
Yes, it was.
So understanding about the friction zone, understanding using, having patience and understanding the bike was very helpful because I was like, I don't want to be stuck in traffic. And that was my fear as far as like getting on the freeway.
Stuck in traffic,
yeah, that like, I'm going to either stall or not be able to control the bike.
They're good. You feather. They call it feathering the clutch, and you did amazing with it. Like some people, they kind of have this. Oh my God, it's traffic. What do I do? You just have to calm yourself and realize realize what you're doing. Because once that, you go out the door, you can like get scared And stalling, everybody stalls. The best of us stall, so it's not a big deal. But I guess it's a lot of pressure behind first time beginners. Like, oh my God, I don't need to stall. Oh my God, that's such a newbie thing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why we're new writers. We're learning and growing, and I don't want to get discouraged. So glad I have a lot of folks to help me during this time. So that Saturday, I didn't really do too much riding, but I did ride downtown to Atlantic Station. I'm glad you had some time off before you went to work. Had a whole photo shoot, and the photos were awesome. So thanks to Abigail for the photos. And
She Rides.
Yes, her series is She Rides. I think I'm the last of the 2017 portion of the series, and there will be a calendar, so there'll be a link attached as well, so check her out. Sunday, let me see, Friday, I forgot about Friday. So Friday I rode around, rode to Moto Style, and we had a whole surprise, let's go meet Mr. Tony West at his job. So I got some nighttime riding in on the freeway, and I rode on Memorial Drive, which
it has a lot of hills. There's a lot of hills. Steep hills.
Hills are becoming my acquaintance, eventually friend. I feel practicing in the neighborhood has been very helpful, because it is different areas on Memorial Drive that when we were riding that I'm going uphill, but I have to stop, and I feel from the practice riding around, I was able to get up the hills and go down and not like stall and things of that nature. Let's see, and then we had some nighttime riding coming back on the freeway going back 20 East. So I feel comfortable, or I feel more relaxed, that I'm not nervous and anxious. And that was my whole fear as far as like getting on the highway. Eventually I'll ride my bike to work, but I'm still in Ford, using Fords, or cage as they call it. And then Sunday we rode my furthest ride, which was Marietta. Awesome car show, road show. Met some new folks, and I enjoying being out here in the bike world, making new friends, seeing that I'm totally new to the state as well, so that's great. And then yesterday we rode around, went to Moto Style for the yoga.
We went to Atlantic Station to get frozen yogurt, but we didn't. We got a burger. It was alright. They could have did better. Then we went to the zoo, and the zoo doesn't have zoo parking, but it still was cool, and you can videotape in the zoo. So to people who want, have GoPros and you need something to go somewhere, the zoo is open and available for you.
And military. I always look for discounts if possible. So military, if you're active or veteran, you are able to go to the zoo for free. So, so now that I've talked about the different things of my experience, what I guess areas that's good that I've been doing so far, and what are some areas you feel like I can work on?
No, actually, you just need to get more comfortable with the bike. Allow yourself to make mistakes. It's okay for you to make mistakes, and you grow from those mistakes. Now, it's certain places like you can't just make a mistake, like getting on the expressway, of course. But understand, once you're on the expressway and you're going forward, you have no choice but to go forward. Play with gears, play with going up, play with going down. Just ride the throttle, slow down off the throttle. You can practice that while you're still moving. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I say that's...
And that was helpful yesterday when the car decided to cut me off on the freeway.
You didn't freak out and grab the front brake, or you didn't press the back brake or jump off the bike. I'm out. Just take the wheel. You did pretty good.
Yeah. Any other advice or for either myself or to other new riders that's out here.
Since these videos is for people who are just starting and just want to know some areas that they would have to, you know, think about, just clear your mind. When you're riding, understand that you're just riding. You're enjoying your ride. Don't put no pressure on top of it. There is no pressure with this. This is all about enjoying life, because literally you don't have to ride a motorcycle. Like, you're not going to die if you don't have a motorcycle. So, you know, with that being said, this is all about fun. And, you know, the way they classify bikes is toys. So just think of it as just something to have fun with and go from there. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people put pressure on if I have the fastest bike, or if I'm taking the corner fast, or if I'm riding in the rain, or if I'm in the winter. It's not about any of that. It's all about you enjoying your bike.
Okay. And I have been enjoying my bike so far, and I look forward to continuing to enjoy the bike and other bikes in the future. But right now,
I'm gonna have her on an FZ09 soon, so I'll record that. She doesn't know that this is happening, but this is totally happening.
Okay. I'm enjoying my 250R Kawasaki, and it appears that one of these days it's going to be eventually get on the FZ09.
Yep.
So I look forward to that.
I hope so.
And that's pretty much it for this recap. Until next time, we out.
Peace.
Alright, there we go. Alright, hello.